Good morning, my fellow friends and YouTubers. This is Kurt, and welcome back to the Kurt's Place channel here on YouTube. Well, guys, it's time for another arcade game review. Now, this time we're going to be taking a look at Mr. Do, made by Universal in 1982. This is a really neat game. It has a very similar to Dig Dug in a lot of ways, and it's a really great game I want to bring to you in this video. Now, I also want to mention, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Also, if you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you have any comments, leave them in the comments section down below. All right, let's go and check out the introduction screen here on Mr. Do. Now, when Mr. Do came out, I was actually 12 years old at the time, and I still remember this game in the arcades, and I still play it to this day. It's a really neat game. All right, so let's check out the intro screen. And it actually gives you instructions here on what you're supposed to do. Now, one of the things that's pretty unique about Mr. Do is Mr. Do was one of the games that actually gave you a chance to win an actual free game while you were playing, video game-wise. Very unique. That's one thing I always liked about this, is the fact you had a chance of getting a free game when you're playing by grabbing the, diamond and stuff. I always thought that was really cool. Now, it kind of comes up randomly, but it's always a lot of fun when you can get a free game. That was one of the things that I always liked about this particular game, is the fact you had a chance of getting a free game. In the arcades, I got a free game once or twice. Now, one of the main things with Mr. Do you're trying to do is you're trying to get the all the items that are on the screen before all the enemies do. And you also have an option of getting a free man. If you look on top, you're going to see there's a thing on there that says extra. If you light all the extra letters, you're actually going to get a free man, which is also another thing I thought was really cool. Had a lot of really neat things. And one of the strategies of Mr. Do getting high scores is timing when you drop the apples to get as many enemies underneath the apples as you can. Very similar to Dig Dug in a lot of ways. So let's go and begin some gameplay here. And as we go along, you'll see some really cool things with Mr. Do. So let's begin. Now, another thing really cool about Mr. Do 2 was all the different game colors I had for the different game boards. Always thought that was really cool too. So let's begin. Now you're going to see how I drop the apples. Now what you're going to try to do is there's an item right there. You're going to try to grab that item, and when you have that item, what you want to do now is you want to go ahead and get the item to give you a chance of getting an extra man. So you see it's got a lot of, it's really cool how you time those apples to drop just at the right time. Now there's one of those letters. Every time I hit a letter, what it's going to do is it's going to light that letter up on top. When I get all the letters lit for extra, then I get a free man. So very cool. And you see how the game board changed? Isn't that neat how it's different colors? I love the colors in this game. And you gotta see how I can strategically move the apple stuff when I drop it. And you notice too, I have a shooter too, just like Mr. Do. The only difference is in this game it shoots an individual pellet versus a whole stream. So very similar to Dig Dug too. That's why I say there's a lot of similarities between this and Dig Dug. Now, by grabbing the item there in the center of the screen, that's going to activate the letters for the free man. Now you're going to see I only need one more letter now to get my free man. So you're going to see how neat this game is. It's got a lot of variety, and if you grab all the cherries in order like I'm doing, then you get an extra 500 points. Isn't that neat? The music, too, is really great. The music soundtrack, too, with this game is really cool. Now, I'm going to get an extra man now. See how I lit all the letters? And it has little cartoons in the middle too. Very cool. Kind of like Pac-Man. I gotta notice the action's gonna get a little bit faster now than it was now because I'm on a higher level. But the same thing, you try to get as many of the enemies under the apples as you can. Isn't that neat? You can see how the apples and stuff drop on the enemies. Very, very cool. I like to get the extra 500 points if I can. But isn't that neat? What a neat game. And you're going to also notice too that the items are very, very thin value too. As you get to higher levels, the items are worth more too. So very, very cool. I love having the ability to shoot the enemies too. Very, very cool. And I got another man. So you see how cool that is? And you see how it gives you a little, it tells you how you did on each of the levels. So you see it's a really, really cool game. And you'll learn how to do dropping of the apples and things. You'll learn how to, as you play this, you'll learn how to do it better. You'll get better and better at that too. I try to group them as much as I can. But you gotta see, it gets pretty hard when you get up on the higher levels. So there you go, guys. So there's Mr. Do. And it also tells you how long you played, too, when you put your high score in, too. Very, very cool. So there's Mr. Do. Now, you're going to find there's a number of ways to play Mr. Do. The main thing to remember when you're playing Mr. Do is you want to try to drop the apples on as many enemies as you can. And also try to get as many extra men as you can, too. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend trying it if you haven't played Mr. Do. Now, I also want to mention, by the way, too, I try to put up 2 to 3 videos a week. And then on Sundays, between 12 and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when I try to have my premiere videos. And those during those videos, there's an open chat room, so you can ask me questions and things about the video. And I also want to mention, too, when you're watching a video, if you look on the top right-hand corner, there's a little icon. If you click on that little icon, that's going to open up links to other videos I have on my channel as well. Just open up that link, and you can go ahead and choose one of the other videos that you want to watch. All right, I want to thank you once again for tuning in to the Kurt's Place channel. I also want to mention, by the way, too, if you want to have to show your support for the Kurt's Place channel, I do have merchandise available. You can get things such as hats, mugs, and keychains from the Kurt's Place channel store. There's a link to the Kurt's Place channel store in the video description down below. All right, guys, thanks once again, by the way, for checking out my review here of Mr. Do. We will catch you on the next video. Have a great day now. Bye-bye now. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye now. See you next time. Take care.